project that he's produced. And welcome, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Doctor, would you like to tell us what this is all about?
This is all about a play that my wife Janet Suri and I wrote called Bill W. and Dr. Bob, which is about the relationship between the two men that led to the founding of Alcoholics Anonymous in 1935 and about their wives that led to the founding of Al-Anon a bit later. We had the idea for this play 25 years ago, worked on it. It had a premiere in Newton at the New Rep Theater, the big New Rep Theater actually in Watertown in 2006. It broke all the box office records there, and then it moved to Off-Broadway in 2007 with a big theater, big for-profit production. It did very well, won a national award for Best Play. But that was a for-profit production, and the play, when summer came, the investors kind of wanted their money back, so it closed. The play has been going around the country, around the world actually, for the last several years, and Janet and I have had this one vision, this one dream, to bring it back to Off-Broadway in a new way. It's never been done before. It's entrepreneurial. That is not-for-profit for an endless run off-Broadway. And the reason it can be an endless run is because...
This isn't going to be like The Producers, is it? Springtime for Hitler?
Only in its success. Actually, it'll be better than The Producers because with no investors, once we get startup, which is 450,000, we're almost there. All we need to do is fill half the seats of a 200-seat theater, and it will be self-sustaining. Wow. And since it's known all over the country now, and that hundreds of thousands of people have seen it, we can fill 100 seats of a theater in New York. And then it goes on and on and on. And the revenues that come from the show go back to the nonprofit umbrella, which is Hazelden Foundation Treatment Center. Hazelden is the biggest, oldest treatment center in the country. I've worked with them for many years. I'm a doctor in addiction and substance abuse. Revenues go back to, well, let me go back a step. The play is funded entirely by tax-exempt donations to the Hazelden Foundation. The money goes to Hazelden, dedicated for the play, comes back to me as the producer. I deliver the play to them. Revenues from the play go back to Hazelden for scholarships for treatment there for youth, and this is the part that we're really dedicated to, a national nonprofit tour of college campuses to deal with the epidemic of binge drinking on campus.
Absolutely.
Which kills, nobody knows this, which kills 2,000 students a year just from alcohol, not when they get drunk and get into cars. Just from alcohol, 5 students a day die. So Janet and I have dedicated ourselves. We get the play up, we spin out a national touring company with a program that Janet and I wrote for how to decrease binge drinking on campus. We did a pilot at Dartmouth College with President Kim, now of the World Bank, as you know. And, you know, in a nutshell, everything's set to go. I have a general manager in New York, I have actors, I have a director, I have a theater. We're planning on opening in a year. Out of the 450,000 in tax-exempt donations, I've raised 325. I need 125, and I give it the green light. So I'm here hoping that someone might do that. Can I just mention how to donate very quickly?
Oh, we're going to do that at the end, if you don't mind. You know, but let me just ask you, and I'm not trying to say this. I understand what you're saying. For those just listening for the first time, and maybe catching you by going to our website, what makes the play so compelling that makes people want to, love the show when they're leaving? Right.
What makes the play compelling is that this is a great story. I mean, when Janet and I came across this story, we wanted to do something together. I'm a novelist. I wrote a book called The House of God, which has sold 3 million copies about medical training.
I'm very familiar with it. My husband's a doctor. We read the book. It's excellent.
Really?
Yes.
Every doctor has read that book.
You have to. I think it's
I guess every doctor's
stable.
wife has too.
Absolutely. Well, when you're in medical school with them during the process, there's a lot of the downtime for reading because that's the only way you can be with the doctor if you're going to be with each other.
It's funny. The comment I get over and over, I've given 50 commencement speeches. I did the Harvard commencement. I speak all over the country on how to stay human in medicine.
Yes.
And the thing I hear over and over again is the doctor says, I was reading your book in bed, I was laughing so hard I woke my wife up.